Hello everyone, this is Joe the Orange, and this is my second day playing the Queen Slayer. And I am using one pike and two archers once again, but this time with tier 6 archers, possibly the worst fucking archers in the game because they have no focus fire. They're medium infantry, so they're not the quickest. They're not the slowest, but they're not the fucking quickest either. And if you look at the tier 8 archers, they have 28 more damage when fully upgraded. And they don't lose range when they upgrade their bow. So the tier 6 archers, compared to tier 8, are basically pieces of shit. They're fucking useless. But luckily, the new chick, the Queen Slayer, is that overpowered. You can play tier 6 archers and do fucking awesome. And I think she's great with tier 6 archers. Once I get her to tier 8, I don't even know what to expect. Like, is she just going to fucking ruin everyone's day, just shit on everyone? Is that what's going to happen? We'll have to find out and see. I'm saving up enough points. Hopefully, by the end of the week, I'll have enough to get her to tier 8. So at the moment, my tier 6 archers are raining hell down on these guys. As you can see, they're hitting one unit way more than the other. That's because their one unit shields are facing towards me, while the other one's on a slight angle. And you might have also noticed when I pushed barrage, that's when the big damage was going down. But now that that's over and tier 6 archers are shit, it doesn't do too much damage. And see, my archers have baited these guys in and fucking waste these cunts. Like, holy shit, look at that damage. And that's what spears can't do. And I recommend everyone start getting used to playing pikes. If you're playing archers, you have to play pikes, basically. They're just too fucking good to pass up. You might have to play 100 games to get any use out of them, but they're fucking excellent. It's just a learning curve for pikes. They're not user friendly, should I say. They're just fucking horrible for new players. So at this stage, I start heading to the top of the hill and around the back, because tier 6 archers don't do shit to heavy infantry. So there's no fucking point going there where all the heavy infantry and cav is. And one thing I forgot to point out, you see that imp guy, what he did when there was that light infantry in the forest and they kind of had that face off, is he knew he had range support. So he just let me fucking wail on them, get them down, and then he finished them off. And that's what you should do if you have range support. Let them do some of the work for you. If you just charge the fuck in there, you're actually making it harder for yourself, because now you're just a full health unit versus a full health unit. And now that we have a bit of a break in the game, I'd just like to point out my favourite fucking subject. I bring it up a lot, and it's how useless melee is getting. Because now there's an archer commander. There's no fucking point of melee. He's fucking useless. But one thing I did notice, he would be a great cav commander. Even though, you know, he's not meant to be a cav commander because history and all that bullshit. But if his charge worked on cav and he still had his fear ability, so charge fear, he would be the fucking, like, he would be a great fucking commander for cavalry. So they either have to rework him or change something, because now he is just fucking pointless to me. Anyway, I just will never play that cunt ever again. Because that's all I was doing on him before, was playing pikes and 2 tier 8 archers. And that was enough to get my daily done. But now, you don't want to play archers unless you're this chick. You know, unless you're just getting the daily done, because this chick's so much better at it. But back to the game. See, when you see other archer units, that's when it's really good to pop barrage. So they can't retaliate. You just fucking explode on them. Just like, boom, motherfucker. You're dead. Now what? Now what? You can't shoot me back. I pop barrage on you and killed you in 2 seconds. And now it's time for the infamous retardation of pikes. So where are they fucking going? Why? There was 0 pikes where they went. So it wasn't because some were lagging behind. They literally just thought, you press pikes down and we're running there. Luckily, it's confused the opponent so fucking much. He's like, oh, these pikes are fucked, they're bugged out. And then they actually do put their pikes down and kill him. As this, so that's the, you just gotta get used to that shit. Sometimes your pikes go full retard. And then sometimes it actually works out. And to anyone that has higher tier pikes, because I only have tier 5, does it actually make any difference getting higher tier pikes? I can't really see it making too much difference, because when you lose is when they decide to do their own fucking thing anyway, or you get surrounded. And I don't think that's going to change just because you have higher tier pikes. Oh, and by the way, I was playing with CPU 19, aka Pikachu and Lucia for these games, but it kept crashing the leader over and over, and I was going to make a team play video. What's the fucking chances? I was going to make a team play video, and it was the day that you couldn't actually team up with anyone. And the thing is, Pikachu was bringing tier 10 units, right? Tier 9 and tier 10 units. And I would still rather play this chick with fucking shitty archers and tier 5 pikes than any other higher tiers. Any other commander, any other higher tiers, just because she's so fucking strong. So she is overpowered as fuck. For example, I could have brought tier 8 spears with 2 archers, tier 8 archers with any other commander, but I'd rather not. So anyway, this cav comes up, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I get hunt on him, so now he can't even retreat without us seeing him. But unfortunately, these archers can't get through armor. They're not good enough to get through armor. Even fucking horse armor. So if I was going to nerf her, what I would do is actually increase the range of hunt. So it's 107, like most archer units. 107 range. And then nerf barrage a bit. You know, more scouting ability, less killing ability. And it's pretty funny here, so this fucking sword unit came out of nowhere. So I put my pikes down, I was like, oh shit. Put my pikes down, I almost killed like 3 fucking archer units. But it works out. And I do a lot of fucking stupid shit in this game. You wait and see. You wait and see. But we've been doing a good deal of teamwork. Even though I keep fucking up. We're done. Well, you'll see, I really do fuck up. But at this stage, we're doing a great amount of teamwork. We've got the entrances blocked off. We've got like 5 archer units just wailing hell on people. You know, it's just a fucking wall of death, and they have no catapults or anything. And the other team really did screw up, because you see how he has his light infantry run through the canyon? But then I fuck up at this stage too, because I thought I raised my pikes. And I did the scrubbest fucking thing ever and start killing my ally. Luckily, it didn't actually give me too much friendly fire. I mustn't have killed too much of them, but fucking hell, I swear I raised those pikes. But when I raised them, I think I pressed 1 and R too quickly, and it registered as clicking 1 plus R, so it didn't actually raise them, and then I just moved on to controlling my archers. And yeah, so that was a fucking dumb mistake. But now you'll notice that this heavy infantry is taking a shit ton of damage. And the reason they're taking so much damage is archers do a lot more damage when they're above you. So if he was on a flat surface, he could have just raised his shields and he would take fuck all damage. But since he was so far down, he just got smashed. And as you can see now, the damage has been reduced a lot until he starts retreating. So I wail on these guys a fair bit. And then I start looking at our minimap and notice how close they are getting to our base. And basically, they're just going to go cap. So I fucking go into oh shit mode and just start charging towards them. And at this stage of the game, even though we are so far ahead, as in manpower and points, we could easily lose because we have such a dedication to our left flank, and most of their forces are on the right flank, so it's basically a rush to cap at this point. So my main goal now is to get my archers near the cap and decap them as much as possible, and hope that our bush warrior side, you know, our self flank, can push and cap before they do. But unfortunately I am playing tier 6 archers who are shit, so I have no focus fire. And usually when people start capping the base, you can just focus fire into the cap point and decap them. But, yeah, and then I'll just use barrage and look how much damage that did. It's fucking amazing. But the thing is with tier 6 archers, and the fact that you don't have focus fire, you actually have to get line of sight of their fucking units to decap them. Which isn't good when your range is all tier 6. My allies' range is tier 6, my range is tier 6. I'll get my pikes just a bit too late to try to save this guy. I think I end up actually saving most of his units. But now my archers are also undefended. And at this stage I notice that we're getting surrounded. And we are mostly ranged units and they have a lot of cav running around. So we're in the bad fucking spot right about now. But basically my goal now is to just keep decapping as much as I can and hope that our flank pushes a lot quicker soon. You know, hope our other flank pushes fucking quick, because we will lose this game. And this is where I fuck up and I actually lose to infiltration, the shittest ability in the game. And yeah, sometimes it does work, but it's a tier 4 ability. I'll rather fucking vengeance or something like that. I just, oh, wow. You know, he got me, but I did manage to decap them. And now my pikes are coming in, so he won't be able to kill any more ranged units at least. But as you'll see, our whole army is made up of ranged units, so we're really in a bit of a fucking bind here. And we're most likely dead, so my whole goal now is to decap as much as possible. And it's at this stage I remember that you can't be routed when you're getting capped, so I should have used those archer units to just shoot and decap people while they're in the cap point. So I'm trying to block these guys off, and then I get charged by cav in the back. So I was trying to stop those spears advancing to kill my archers, but then my archers die anyway, and now I'm thinking, oh, we are fucked. Because look at that, how many points they've got down already. I was also hoping that I played this a lot better, so I made so many fucking mistakes, but I make up for it a bit. Don't worry. Don't worry, I make up for it a little bit. So I move my pikes around to get in the cap point where they can't be routed, and then I'll start spamming my archers to shoot that melee unit to decap them. And eventually they do get 1 or 2 arrows off, which is enough to stop them from capping. Then I do a bit of a cheesy pike move and I just put my pikes on top of his unit. Just place them straight on top and it just slaughters him. And now our army is actually starting to cap, so I just have to keep decapping them. And since I'm in our cap point, I can put my pikes down and they will not be able to be routed. Even though I lost a lot to that charge, they can't be routed, so they're still doing a shit ton of damage. So our team does come off with a victory, thank fuck. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to probably upload one more Queen Slayer video just to show her with tier 8 archers. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe and thumbs up if you liked it. Until next time, happy gaming.